All right, 2010 Hyundai Sonata. Got some sun and some shadows going on. But anyway, this is the left side of the vehicle. I did one on the right where I was learning and, showed all my mistakes. I don't know which video I'm going to post. Anyway, here's video number 2. What I'm going to change is the upper control arm. Have Beck Arnley, pretty good tools. This is what's making noise, but in the meantime I'm going to take the strut out because it's just much easier, because you have to get to those, and it looks like that one would be okay, and actually it looks like I'd be able to get that one too. It's tempting. In the last video I took the strut out. I'm gonna give it a little try, see if I can get those out without a lot of hassle. And if I can, then you won't need to take the strut out, but let's go. In case we need to take the strut out, we have to take this one, this brake line, and this one looks like a speed sensor, ABS something. So we'll take those two out first. And so this is gonna be the quick video where it looks like I know exactly what I'm doing, because I already learned on the other side. All right, next is this pin, which you should be able to just grab and pull, and it comes out just like that. All right, next is the 17. There's just enough room for my impact tool to get in there. All right, let's hit it. All right, that's good enough. That loosened it up. I don't want to get my impact wrench stuck, which I just did, so let's push. There we go. All right, let's keep getting that off. Okay, switched over to my wrench. Let's keep going. All right, now comes the hard part, and you will need to loosen this joint out. Sometimes I hit it with a hammer, which is on the other side. I hit it from a hammer here, and this will actually come out. It's gonna pull on this cable here. So when it comes loose, it's gonna move one or another. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie it using, some wire from a coat hanger that I have. So I'm gonna go ahead and wire that up, so when this drops, it won't go side to side, it won't pull on these guys. And so really it's in there good, so you're gonna have to hammer it. And so I'll let you know when I'm done. All right, so I'm gonna try to video and hit this thing at the same time. You see it come loose. Yep, that did it. All right, and then when you bring this up, you see how it wants to go to the side? Well, that's where this little thing comes in handy, so it doesn't tug on these. Yeah, experience. I think that's what I'm hearing. All right, so now getting these out. These are 14 millimeters, so let's see if I can get them out without taking the strut off. All right, so far so good. I took these out, 14 millimeters. They were kind of snug. I had to use an actual 14 millimeter wrench, skinny one, because my little automatic one was a little bit too thick. So, and then you have to use some kind of breaker bar. That's that one is a fence post that will break anything. All right, should come right out. There it is. So, ooh, leaking. Okay, throw that down there. Now, you notice I didn't have to remove the strut. And it looks like, you see where that hole aligns right in the middle of the spring? And that one is, that one. You see how that's just right above the spring? It seems like I'll be able to do it, but I'll let you know now. I'm gonna go ahead and put the new one in and see if I can get those 14 millimeter bolts back in. If I get those in, this job is done. And I guess it's just luck because on the other side the springs were in the way, and so I might have to post both videos so you can see the removal of the strut. Alright, this is just to show you the old and the new, and here's the old ones. And you can see they had come loose. I'm gonna try to hear all that. That's what I was hearing. And you see how that loose, right? Well, here's the new one, and as you can tell, there is no play. It doesn't move at all. So definitely these are my noisemakers, and so gladly change those out. Using from Rock Auto, using the Beck Arnley, and that seems to be a pretty good brand, and we'll go ahead and put these back in, but that should go a long way in quieting this car down. Alright, I messed with it for a little bit and try to get those in there. It's just not gonna happen, so it's just easier to get the strut out, so let's just do this. I'm wasting too much time. 19 millimeter, make sure we're take that out. Go to the other side. Same 19 millimeter. Looks like I'm gonna have to. You have to move this. Hopefully the camera's catching it still. Yeah. I'm gonna have to push it out with a hammer. Next one is 17 millimeter. So let's switch that out. And we're gonna get the two of them. And one of them is on this side. Maybe you can see it. All right, while I fish this in, buying myself some time. All right, here we go. Let's get this one. Okay, that should release this, but it's not going to because got to move this over to this side. Got to hit that one, and this is where I need two hands. All right, let's take that one out. All right, I've had to tie to something else because this is about to get loose. Once those bolts are off, this should just go down. These are kind of new, that's why they went down pretty easy. You see, that's it. It's floating, right? So now we just got to hit these up here, 15 millimeter. All right, and once we hit those, it'll just come right out. All right, got the strut out, and then as you can see, we got all kinds of room now. So now it's just much easier to go ahead and put that in. All right, and so you could see that now you don't have to mess around, you could just throw it in. So you could try to do it with the not removing the strut, but it's just that it's very simple. All right, now this is the last tricky part in the installation tip on my Beck Arnley card. Hopefully you can see it. It says lightly tighten the bolts during installation. The final tightening should be done to specific torque values when the tires are on the ground with the vehicle's weight on it. Because basically these have to be in the up position when you torque those in, and so it'd be nice to, this would be a mistake to torque them down right now, and then when you put the tire on there, you're gonna move these up. So they're not designed that way. So anyway, that's just one of the tricks that I learned. So let's put it in, and then really this is the end of the video, except I'll come back and torque everything down to the specific torque. So I'll let you know what those torques are. So much easier second time around. Finger tightened everything, put the link in, 17 millimeter. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the jack underneath here and lift it up and then torque everything down 19 millimeter back in. Everything fits just fine. You don't have to, you know, you can just wiggle everything in. Put in this guy. Want to let you know that this doesn't have a pin. This has that anti locking. It's a locking nut, I guess is what it is. So that'll go in the ball joint on the top one. Then see right away it tightens up because it doesn't want to move. All right, we'll torque everything down. So got those down through these back in. I mean, that's it. Came up here, got those in. All right, it's torquing time, so different kind of video. So let me go ahead and get the copies I got off the internet to torque some of these. All right, one hint when putting these in that's not obvious is the link. As I was torquing it down, it started to spin from the back. So it does have way in there, right? You see it? Without grabbing the rubber, it does have a little spot. Now it's a 16. This is a 17. It has a little plate, so it might be a 16. But anyway, that'll hold it while you torque that down. So that's the only trick that was spinning, and you have to remember to get something on the back. Other than that, and torquing those are going to be interesting, right? Because I'm gonna have to get a special torque wrench to torque those down, or it might just be nice and tight, or good and tight. Someday I'll visit Germany. All right, let's torque. All right, let's get that one in first. The link here is, that's the link, that is A, and the foot-pounds, first it gives you in different torques, Newton meter, I guess. Anyway, we're looking at the foot-pounds, 72.3 to 86.8, so I'm going to set mine at 80, in the middle, sort of. Let's get 80 foot-pounds on that bolt. All right, let's continue. Get that one in. Getting a lot of sunlight glare, so hopefully you can see this. That looks like 101 to 115, so let's set it at 107. And 107 foot-pounds. And that is the fork. Number 10 is the fork, so that's a fork to the front lower arm. So where the fork and the front lower arm meet up. 107 foot-pounds. All right, that's torqued down pretty well. All right, next we're gonna do that guy, 17 millimeter. The fork attaches to the strut, and with all this glare, that's the guy right there. And 43.4 to 57, so 50 foot-pounds. Let's go with 50. Somewhere in the middle. All right, 50 foot-pounds it is. All right, top of the strut. That, it looks like it's that one. And it looks like 32 to 43, so, you know, 37 foot-pounds. 37 foot-pounds. And those are those guys, 37 foot-pounds. All right, that ball joint, the upper ball joint, number 6, it looks like 25 to 32, so let's do 30, 29, 30, and that's this guy. Whoa, that's close. All right, 29, 30, and then the last ones we have are those two, and that torque should be actually not a lot, 39 to 47. Except you need that special torque wrench that my buddy has borrowed. So I'm going to have to get it back to him and then tighten this up. So But that's the end of the video. I gave you all the torque specifications, showed you how to remove everything, and then hopefully that'll stop making noise. These guys, those were the suspects, so we'll see. Okay, that's it for this video. Please like, every little bit helps.